Welcome. I'm Tasha, your Qigong facilitator, and today we're going to delve into our immune system. Remember, with Qigong, Qi means life force energy, and this consists of our food, breath, blood, water, many of the energy areas gathered around the body. So this area focuses on what it really takes to keep us alive. And Gong is the practice of or art of doing. So when we look into our Wei Qi or our immune system, our energy of protection is where that focus centers. The Eastern focus does stem into our physical and emotional states, while the Western framework never really focused on the emotional state of mind. Research has shown that 90% of doctor visits are elements that are emotionally rooted. And it's interesting to note that our perceived reality really affects our physical so much so that when we exhibit stress and depression, our immune system decreases by 30%. And when we fall in love with life, it does boost us up to about 50%. And that could be falling in love with someone else. That could be falling in love with what we love to do. Really just getting to know ourselves makes us come alive. So it's important for us to transfer this stagnant negative energy into boosting positive flowing Qi. So let's get moving. Hi everybody, it's Tasha, your Qigong facilitator, and welcome to this segment in Pillar 2. And as we mentioned before, we were talking about the immune system, and as you know, our brain is definitely part of that process. So we're going to focus on what causes some of that brain fog, right? It's interesting that our brain weighs about 3% of our body mass, but we actually absorb about 20 to 25% of oxygen within the brain. So it's so important for our memory to have us be relaxed, to have us be able to uptake that energy more sustainably by being in a more receptive place to receive that. So with our breath work, they've even noted students that are stressed before having exams don't retain as much information, but if you are relaxed while you are learning, while you are engaging with your body, you do happen to retain more information. So there is a move we'd like to do here. It's at the neck and the cranial level. I'll have you interlock your fingers like this, okay? And your thumbs are going to be kind of free here to work alongside us. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this, and you can see here we have our spinal cord back here, and as our fingers are interlocked, we're going to take our thumbs here and just massage the points back here. And if you're feeling any soreness, that means that this is definitely something that your body is needing. Any tenderness back here is a sign that our body is in need of some reset, of some detoxification. And if you're finding you don't feel anything back here, then take it a little bit wider, okay? Move those thumbs a little wider until you feel a little bit of tension where it's sore. And then just go through there in circular motions, just massaging that area. And so we're just going to consistently work our thumbs back down here from the top to the bottom. And just go through and do this a few times. Focus on that breath at the same time. And breathe out of the mouth. That'll help detoxify when we're breathing out of the mouth. And then once you've done this a few times, I want you to then loosen up that finger grip, right? Loosen those fingers. And we're going to take our fingers and we're just going to kind of go along that same line and just hit those acupressure points up and down, nice and gentle. And just go through there a few times. This is really boosting and increasing that mental focus. We're going to take it around to our ears, right on the tops there, and just work our fingers up into the cranium, up into the forehead, back around the ears. Now for this next one, this is kind of what they call a Qi alarm point. And there's not a lot of movement on this one, but I do want you to focus on what you're feeling, okay? So here in our collarbone, I want you to follow this down, and at the base of this collarbone, it comes right over to where you don't feel the collarbone anymore, but you're right off of it. And I want you to kind of circulate your fingers into this space. This is a immune system trigger point. So if it is sore at all, then you know that you might be suffering from a depletion in energy, either with oxygen, not getting enough rest, which is really just an immune system alert point. So just circular motions, just kind of rubbing this area for about 10-15 seconds is what we're going to do. Okay, and that's going to help to release and kind of reset our autoimmune system. And we're going to do this on the other side as well. Okay, and just kind of follow it across again. So we find our collarbone, we go a little bit off center of that, and we're just using our fingers to kind of dig in there and circular motions. If it's feeling painful, you know you definitely need to be doing this. This is definitely a trigger point, and it's your body saying, hey, we need some additional assistance here. And so we're helping it out. And we're just going to keep massaging that point. 10-15 seconds. And then once you get to that point, then we're just going to go ahead and take our fingers here and just kind of tap on those areas too. Just give it a good tap. That's going to help release that energy there too. And don't forget that breath. If we're taking shallow breaths, you know that you need to increase that breath retention. Holding those breaths can be really good. Just drawing it in. And just really getting in there. And if you want to even challenge yourself, do some stomach breathing, where your stomach kind of comes out and you're taking it in. Very good. And then you can even pound on your chest. I know we did this one before, but it does feel really great at expanding and resetting. Especially since we've been sitting so long, this is going to help to activate the mind, to make it easier for you to retain the information that we're learning today, and kind of give you that boost that you're needing. And then just shake that out. And there's another also really great point, just right above where you have, say, your wrist here. We're going to take it about 3 finger spaces above to the middle point of where those bones are. And I just want you to go ahead and circulate the energy right there. Just have those fingers right in there. Just give it a good circulation. Again, it's all about movement because we are trying to be like water, right? Our body's made up of 90% water, so we definitely want to get the energy in our body moving, and this helps our water, our flow, to not be stagnant, but to keep it moving. So as we do this, I'm just going to keep moving that within. I have an itch on my face. So we're just going to move that there, and then we're going to switch to the other one as well. Remember, 3 finger space above, and just kind of go right in there with those fingers and just in circular motions, moving that energy. And yes, it might be a little sore, but that tells you that this is definitely something your body's asking for. It helps to push out what we don't need so we can bring in what we do. And then once you find that you've been able to do this for a few 10-15 seconds, right? And we're going to go ahead and just kind of hit it like we did before with our cranium. And this is going to help to release and unlock and increase the chi to our arm and to our hands and to our arm area here. And we're going to sit with it once we're done and let you see kind of how that feels, right? A lot of this is really just feeling your body and letting it talk to you. And then while we're at it, because I really want to open up our leg space because we have been sitting for a while, right? We're just going to go ahead and do our normal knocking on the doors of life too while we're here. This is always a really great one, just to kind of wake everything up again. And we're going to take it out a little bit. Usually we just stay around the hips, but it does feel pretty good to hit that acupressure point too on the sides, because usually we'll just go ahead and take it down. Let's just wake everything up here, get our body buzzing, get everything moving for us, activate our immune system, let it do what it does best. And then just shake it out. Lift up those legs and just kind of shake things out here. Perfect. And then when you're all done with that, I would like for you just to sit, take a few moments, And just kind of feel this buzzing sensation that's happening around your body and your hands. This is all your chi. This is the increased energy that you, from effortless movement, were able to bring back into your body. So, good job. Keep moving. Remember the ones that you really love. Carry those throughout your day. And we'll be here as a good resource for you if you ever need any other suggestions.